your name in a passing joke from a friend who never knew how it froze me in my chair, like the room just tilted too. You were once my whole small world.
Hi, it's me, Taylor. Today I want to sit with you, heart wide open, and tell you my story in my own words. Not the headlines, not the polished version, the real one. The one with tears, laughter, broken pieces, and the music that always put me back together. I was born on December 13, 1989, in Reading, Pennsylvania, and I spent my childhood on our family's Christmas tree farm in Wyomissing. Those early years were pure magic. I'd ride horses through the fields, run wild in the woods with my little brother Austin, and fall asleep to my grandmother Marjorie's beautiful opera voice filling the house. She was my first musical hero. At just 10 years old, I was already singing at local fairs and talent shows. At 11, I stood in front of thousands at a Philadelphia 76ers game and sang the national anthem. My hands were shaking, but my heart was on fire. When I was 12, a computer repair guy who came to fix our family computer taught me 3 basic guitar chords. That moment changed everything. I sat on my bedroom floor and wrote my very first song. The words just poured out, feelings I didn't even know how to say out loud yet. Music became my language, my safe place, my best friend. I was obsessed with country music. I watched a Faith Hill documentary and told my mom, that's what I want to do. So at 11, Mom and I started driving to Nashville with demo tapes in hand. We knocked on doors at record labels, but most of them slammed them shut. You're too young, they said. We want karaoke singers, not songwriters. It hurt, but it also lit a fire in me. At 13, my entire family made the biggest sacrifice of our lives. We sold the Christmas tree farm, the place where I grew up, and moved to Hendersonville, just outside Nashville. My dad left his job, my mom put her dreams on hold, and Austin left his friends behind, all so I could chase this crazy dream. I finished high school through homeschooling so I could write songs every single day. One night at the famous Bluebird Cafe, I played my original songs and everything shifted. At 14, I became the youngest artist ever signed to Big Machine Records as a songwriter. At 16, my first single, Tim McGraw, came out. I still remember hearing, "You Said the Way My Blue Eyes Shined," on the radio for the first time. I cried in the car with my mom. My debut album went multi-platinum. It felt like the whole world was finally listening. But success never came without pain. In 2009, I was standing on the VMA stage, accepting my award for Best Female Video, when Kanye West walked up, took the microphone, and interrupted me in front of the entire world. Millions of people watched as I was humiliated. That moment carved deep shame into my chest. I went home and wondered why the world seemed to enjoy seeing me small. Then came 2016, the year everything fell apart. A manipulated phone call was released, and suddenly social media exploded with snake emojis. Everywhere I looked, I was called a liar, manipulative, calculated. The hate was relentless. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I hid in a foreign country, scared to answer my phone or trust anyone. I remember crying in the bathroom, whispering to myself, how do I live with this level of shame? But in the darkness, music saved me again. I turned that snake into my armor. On the Reputation Stadium tour, a 63-foot inflatable snake rose behind me while 60,000 people screamed, "Look what you made me do." That night I realized, survivors get to rewrite their own stories. The hardest battle, though, was fighting for my own music. When I was 15, I signed a contract that gave away the rights to my first 6 albums, my masters. For years I begged to own my work. They said no. Then Scooter Braun bought those masters, and it felt like someone had stolen the most personal pieces of my life, the songs I wrote in my childhood bedroom, the heartbreak anthems, the diary entries set to music. I cried for days. They took my life's work, I told my mom. But I refused to stay silent. In 2021 I began re-recording every album as Taylor's version. Fearless, Taylor's version, Red, Taylor's version, Speak Now, 1989, one by one I took them back with my own voice, my own control. Fans chose my versions over the old ones. That victory wasn't just for me. It was a message to every young artist, especially young women, never let anyone own your voice. Fight for what is yours. Then came the Eras Tour, the chapter that still feels like a dream. From March 2023 to December 2024, we played 149 shows across the world. Over 10 million people bought tickets, and the tour grossed more than $2 billion, the highest grossing concert tour in history. Every night we traveled through all my musical eras. The lights from Swifties' phones turned stadiums into oceans of stars. Cities felt the economic impact, hotels, restaurants, entire economies lit up because of us. I spent over 25 hours just singing the 10-minute version of All Too Well across the tour. It was exhausting, magical, and healing. In October 2025, I released my 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl. It shattered records. In its first week alone in the US, it earned over 4 million equivalent album units, the biggest debut week ever. It spent 12 weeks at #1 on the Billboard 200. The lead single, The Fate of Ophelia, stayed at #1 on the Hot 100 for 10 weeks. Every track from the album landed in the top 12 of the Hot 100, a first in history. Globally, IFPI named The Life of a Showgirl the biggest-selling album of 2025, and I was named the world's best-selling artist for a record 6th time. But numbers don't tell the full story. The real story is connection. And that brings me to you, my Swifties. You are not just fans. You are my family, my army, my reason. In my darkest nights, your messages kept me breathing. During Eras Tour, we created heart signs together, cried through All Too Well together, and celebrated every era like it was our own. From Brazil to Turkey, from small towns to big cities, you built listening parties, supported each other, started fundraisers when one of you needed help. You call me your big sister, your queen, but mostly you just love me for who I am, flaws and all. We grew up together. Your theories, your fan art, your loyalty, you made me braver than I ever thought I could be. Critics have said for years that I'm one of the greatest storytellers in pop music. They say I turned personal heartbreak into universal anthems, that I changed the game by writing diary-like songs that millions relate to. I didn't set out to change pop, I just wrote what I felt. But along the way, I hope I showed young girls that it's okay to be emotional, to speak up, to take back your power. From the number of women buying guitars because of my music to the conversations about artist rights, I'm proud of the ripple we created together. If there's one thing I want you to take from my journey, it's this: you will fall. You will be broken. Shame and betrayal will try to silence you. But you can rise. You can rewrite your story. You can own your voice. With music, with love, with the people who truly see you, you will be reborn stronger. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart, for every song you've sung with me, every tear you've shed, every light you've held up in the dark. I'm Taylor Swift, and because of you, this story is still being written. The best chapters are still ahead. I love you.
Fading, but still clear to me. Found your face in a photograph, in a box beneath the stairs. We were laughing at the lens, you were curling up my hair. I just sat there on the carpet with that version of us two, thinking how 1,000 days can turn